hermits upon Mount Meru or Everest. The thematic focus of the poem now shifts to the hermits upon Mount Meru or Everest. Hermits are persons who spend their lives in solitude as a religious discipline and who practice meditation and prayer. Meru or Everest. Why Meru or Everest? Maybe it is an accident. But the fact is that in W.B. Yeats, nothing is ever an accident. Every word, every punctuation mark has an incredible quantum of cogitation behind it. I would like to believe that the poet chose Meru and Everest after much consideration in order to convey a particular message. In W.B. Yeats, something may appear to be an accident, but it is never ever an accident. Something may appear effortless, but it is never ever effortless. Meru or Everest, very carefully chosen by the poet in order to convey a specific message. Meru is mythical. Everest is geographical. One exists only in mythology. The other exists in physical reality. One exists in imagination. The other exists in actuality. The poet thus establishes a living relationship between mythology and geography, imagination and reality, the past and the present. Mount Everest, it is to be pointed out, is the highest peak on earth. It is part of the Himalayas. It stands on the border between Nepal and China. But I would like to say that Mount Everest is in India because Nepal is India. Perhaps not politically, but historically, religiously, spiritually. By speaking about hermits upon Mount Meru or Everest, the poet clearly establishes the living continuity of India's long spiritual traditions. India is a land where spiritual traditions are very much alive, and these traditions can be traced back to the remote past, to even beyond the past, to the mythology of the land. The hermits are caverned in night. Cavern is a large cave. In fact, it is one kind of a cave. We need not go into the technicalities. It is night, it is winter. The snow comes flowing, the snow comes drifting. The winter wind is terribly cold. There cannot be a more painful torture than facing the blasts of winter, the gusts of winter. It is night, it is winter, the cavern is surrounded by snow, the terribly cold wind is beating down on the bodies of the hermits, and the bodies of the hermits are naked. Can you imagine a more dreadful torture than this? But for the hermits, it is not torture at all. Please do not think that all this has been imagined by W.B. Yeats. There are hermits even today who are all the time absolutely naked. Some years back, I happened to take part in a function which was presided over by a Jain monk, by a Digambara monk, and he was stark naked. What is the significance of this nakedness? We believe that material possessions are dangerous. We believe that we have to cast aside all our material possessions. And what is the material possession that is most immediate to us? Our clothes. And we shed our clothes to proclaim to ourselves and to the world that material possessions are meaningless. The Buddha declared that desire is the root of all evil. If you do not desire even your clothes, well, you have attained a very high degree of spiritual achievement. The hermits have attained supreme wisdom. They know that day brings round the night. They are aware that glory is succeeded by annihilation. They understand that light is followed by darkness. In no time, his glory and his monuments are gone. Glory that is not spiritual is transient, is temporary. The monuments created by man, if they are not in the spiritual realm, disappear in no time. I would like to remind you once again of what Swami Vivekananda said of the great monuments of ancient Rome. The spider now weaves his web where once the Caesars ruled. The closure of the Yeats poem invites comparison with Ozymandias, the famous poem by P.B. Shelley, which describes with tremendous irony the ruined statue of an ancient king standing in the middle of a vast desert. Let us take a quick look at the stylistics of the poem. Meru consists of 14 lines. Most editors divide the poem into 2 stanzas. The first stanza of 8 lines and the second stanza consisting of 6 lines. Meru comprises 14 lines and is a sonnet. It is a Shakespearean sonnet. Every schoolboy knows that the Shakespearean sonnet was not invented by Shakespeare. He was simply its most famous practitioner. Meru can be seen as a Shakespearean sonnet divided into 3 quatrains and a couplet. Every quatrain, needless to say, consists of 4 lines. The meter that is followed is iambic pentameter. Penta means 5. Pentameter means that every line consists of 5 feet. Every foot is an iamb. An iamb is a foot consisting of two syllables. The first syllable being an unstressed syllable, and the second syllable being a stressed syllable. Thus, every line consists of 10 syllables. The rhyme scheme followed by the poem is A B A B, C D C D, E F E F, G G. Technically, Meru is an excellent example of what an English sonnet can attain.